Hello, OCB. Today we're going to be doing a nice little segment with everybody. It is called Unusual Sports. Hope you enjoy. Now, for my segment, I am doing it on bed racing. Yeah, you can literally sleep while somebody else is racing you to the finish line. That sounds like my sport. Now, the first race started in Knaresborough in 1965. That is in the United Kingdom. This race consisted of 5 people around the bed pushing it and one inside the bed, probably sleeping, relaxing, doing whatever. But this wasn't an easy race. They had to face 5 type of terrains, which were different landscapes, which included anything from streets, any inclines up a hill, and even a river. So you had to make sure that your bed was adaptable for swimming. But you may ask, how do you race with a bed? Well, you have to put a bunch of wheels on it just to make sure that you're able to do it, as shown in here. Yeah, you could totally tell these people are having fun. You see the wheels right there? That's how you adapt. And if you guys are curious whether I'm lying or not, there you go. Knaresborough Bed Racing. There's one that's going to happen on Saturday, June 12th, 2021. I know where I'm going in June. And I did a little more research to show what they had for the obstacle course. The team had to climb up a hill that led up to a castle, which ultimately ends with a swim across the River Nid. This has not changed since the first race in 1966, so this seems like a very cool tradition that they have in the United Kingdom. And even though this is considered a really funny sport, they did manage to raise a bunch of money with all these races for charity, so that's actually really cool. And last but not least, they do have 2 different awards. One of them is for the winner, and the second one is for whoever's the most entertaining team. That means whoever's the coolest dressed, the funniest dressed, for example, right over here. The most peacefully dressed group ever. So that concludes my segment for bed racing. Hope you guys enjoy the rest.
Hey guys, I wanted to tell you about a sport that I just found out about. It's called giant pumpkin kayaking, and it was invented in 1999. People take pumpkins that are at least 600 up to 1,000 pounds. They completely hollow them out just like you do when you're making a jack-o'-lantern, and they use that big pumpkin as a boat. They race each other on a course that's half a mile long. I'll put some pictures so you can see what these giant pumpkin boats look like.
Hey everyone, it's Justin here. The sport I'd like to teach y'all about today is Kendo. Now, Kendo is a martial art that is based on samurai swordsmanship in feudal Japan. It's a very traditional Japanese sport, and the object of the game is to score more points than your opponent. Now, the contest starts by bowing to your opponent to show respect. After that, the 2 opponents crouch at the start lines. While crouched here, the referee will signal the start of the match, and then it's game on. To score points, you will need to strike your opponent with a bamboo sword, which is called a shinai. You can see that right here. There are 4 points of contact that if you hit one, you will receive a point. And those contact points are the men, which is the head, the kote, which is the wrists or the gloves there, the do, which is the torso section, and the tsuki, which is a thrust straight to the throat. A clean hit on any one of these targets will score an ippon, or 1 point. A kendo match lasts for only 1 10-minute period, and is the best of 3 ippons, or 3 points. Scoring 2 ippon wins the match, and if no points are scored after 10 minutes, the first person to score a point will win. Kind of like a overtime situation in other sports.
Justin did tell me he wanted to leave a link below for you guys to watch kendo, so feel free to look.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Hey guys, I'm going to share with you a sport that I found kind of interesting, and it's called earthing. And so there's two parts to it. There's a running part and a swimming part, but it's a little bit different from a biathlon, only because a biathlon focuses on endurance. Earthing, is specifically trying to find the fastest person on land and water. So basically there's two parts. The race part, which is like the sprinting. Just like any race, anyone would think, start at the same time, start on the same line, and they go up until they get to a diving point. And there's some rules with the diving, like you can't dive too far. You're only allowed to dive a certain point because it's not about distance, it's about speed, right? So you dive into the water, and that next part is swimming to the finish line, and you can freestyle it. So whatever you think your fastest way of swimming is, you're able to go in that way. And as soon as you touch the wall, your time is done. And just out of courtesy, the earthletes, is what they're called. The earthletes wait for their fellow competitors to finish their race before they all get out of the water. Anyways, I thought that was a kind of cool sport. Sounds really fun, really fast paced. Yeah, I hope we try it out sometime.